is PSYCH-K? I know that's a very big question, but
Yeah. PSYCH-K, basically, it's a process where we can communicate with the subconscious mind to reprogram it to have beliefs to allow a person to kind of behave or act differently in their life. That's kind of the easiest way to say it. So we kind of communicate within PSYCH-K with the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and then there's the superconscious, kind of like your higher self is also brought into it as well. Yeah.
Is it something, so like if I present myself you know, as the client, we always have our guard up. I think everybody has the guard up regardless of what kind of you know, treatment or therapy or whatever might be they're going to. Is there a sense of someone approaching you that has maybe just heard the term and knows the basic, you know, description, that they will come to you in that sense? Or is there more to it where they're, you know, have read up on it, researched it, and are kind of open to the idea of, you know, that subconscious, and then what you call it, superconscious? Is that?
Conscious, that's what we call it within PSYCH-K, but it could be your higher self or universal consciousness or yeah.
So that's the people coming to you for that have to be, you know, very, very open-minded about what they're approaching.
Yeah, they don't have to be open-minded, but generally they are, because they might have read some, you know, Joe Dispenza work or Bruce Lipton or some of these other people. And Bruce Lipton would speak about how beliefs and perceptions have such a huge impact on our physical body. And he mentions PSYCH-K a lot in his book. So that's, a lot of people will come for PSYCH-K because they've heard of him, but also not knowing much about it. But they're willing to try, and you know, they might be feeling stuck and they don't want to feel stuck anymore, and they realize that maybe their subconscious mind is kind of keeping them in a safe place, and they want to move into a different safe space.
Yeah, and like what we spoke in Dublin, I got to meet you in Dublin for a cup of tea and you know, a chat, and there was I think everybody, not everything fits everybody, obviously, you know, with all those kind of treatments, and I will always come on and talk about CBT was the real breakthrough for me. And I obviously had seen other people and talked to psychologists and things like that, but the CBT was one thing for me. And the purpose of like what I do with the podcast is to have all these different people on to talk about all these different ways that they can, you know, I don't know, like I'm probably using the wrong words really with regards to treatment or opening up or talking to people and finding new ways. And I think what's so important is when I heard about what PSYCH-K was, and I had to, you know, have a little bit of a look up, as I told you, I didn't go too into depth because I wanted you to talk to me about it. Like, but when I looked up you know, the ideas behind it, and I read, I've written it down just so I don't mess up, but like confronting frustrating and unpleasant beliefs, it's something that sounds obviously very, very uncomfortable. How might someone know that is the approach that they kind of need, you know, they would be suitable for that kind of treatment?
It's funny with PSYCH-K and the Rob Williams, who is the originator of PSYCH-K, he says that somebody doesn't find PSYCH-K, that PSYCH-K finds them. So that if PSYCH-K comes into their awareness, then it's opened up a door for them. So not everybody is ready to go into the uncomfortableness. They might need to take a longer road around, and you know, having PSYCH-K can be quite uncomfortable, but it doesn't need to be. It's actually, you know, the biggest question within PSYCH-K is, well, what do you want? You know, what do you want instead? If you're feeling like you don't believe in yourself, what is it that you want? And most of the answers is, well, I want to believe in myself. So it's not like you have to go digging into the why don't you believe yourself. We just go straight to, I want to believe in myself. And then we use PSYCH-K with the kind of life affirming part that you want, instead of going back into your childhood or going back into the reasons that you don't believe yourself. So the way it's explained might seem very kind of difficult, and it's going to take ages and it's going to be overwhelming, but actually turning it around to what you do want makes it more, the word is palatable. It's just
Mm.
easier to kind of go through sometimes.